2018 is here, and with it will comes a slew of new video game titles to look forward to playing. With that said, now's a good time to start marking down what video games to keep an eye on when they officially launch this year. In this list in particular, we are going over the top exploration video games launching in 2018. Number 5. Days Gone. Days Gone is an upcoming action-adventure title surrounding a post-apocalyptic world setting. Players take on the role of a man named Deacon St. John, who was once a former bounty hunter. Now that the world has gone awry and a global pandemic has killed off nearly all humanity, Deacon St. John will have to use his bounty hunter skills to survive in a world full of insane gang and zombie-like creatures. This will be an open-world video game where developers have stated that the players within the game can complete various tasks in multiple different ways. As it stands right now, Days Gone does not have a specific release date attached to the title just yet, but it's expected to launch at some point this year, 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar Games has crafted up a number of incredible pieces of work. Their beloved long-running series, Grand Theft Auto, the single IP release of Bully, and of course their old western series, Red Dead Redemption, just to name a few. Red Dead Redemption has a massive following and gamers all over the world are undoubtedly waiting for new information to trickle down from Rockstar for their upcoming installment, Red Dead Redemption 2. Gamers can be delighted to know that the latest trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 reveals the narrative. Players will follow the outlaw Arthur Morgan and the Van der Linde gang in this upcoming installment of the gritty western. Unfortunately, there is no information quite yet on what features we can expect to take part in during our journey through the Old West this time around. Spider-Man. So the first main information about this game is that it is exclusive for PS4. Marvel and Insomniac Games have teamed up to create a brand new and authentic Spider-Man story. This isn't the Spider-Man you have met before or seen in a movie. This is an experienced Peter Parker who is more masterful at fighting big crime in New York City. At the same time, he's struggling to balance his chaotic personal life and career while the fate of 9 million New Yorkers rests upon his shoulders. An additional 2 normal strikes, contextual cues will allow Spider-Man to leverage his special abilities in combat, such as super strength, web slinging and wall crawling to his advantage. For example, using his webbing to toss a concrete block at a heavy foe. Stealth systems will allow Peter to get the drop on his enemies, making full use of his wall crawling abilities, and there will be occasional quick time event. Swing freely through the Marvel's New York City in epic action set pieces filled with a rich narrative and relatable characters. Anthem. The upcoming Anthem video game will be a third-person shooter, much like BioWare's past game franchise, Mass Effect. In order for players to traverse the world, the use of an exosuit will be required, which are known as javelins within the video game. These javelins will give players new powers and abilities, such as flight, to soar through the open air or propel them through the depths of an ocean. So far, what you know about Anthem is that players will be taking the role of a freelancer who finds work by protecting civilians by exploring the dangerous landscapes outside of the safe zones. Likewise, we know that the game will feature some cooperative multiplayer elements, but there have been no fine details on the matter quite yet. Far Cry 5. The 11th installment but the 5th main title within the franchise, Far Cry 5, will be seeing a release in 2018. The video game takes place within the United States of America this time around, though more specifically in a fictional Hope County, Montana. Within the narrative, Far Cry 5 pins players against Joseph Seed, a leader of a cult who has forced his way into the controlling Hope County. As more innocent civilians become trapped and forced into submission under Joseph Seed's rule, only a handful of resistance stands between Seeds and his reign. Just as before, players can expect the title to deliver as a first-person shooter in an open-world environment to explore either on foot or through vehicles. So if you like the video, then please click like button and subscribe to my channel. If you have a top 10 or top 5 idea, then mail me. My mail address has been given in the description. So stay tuned and thank you.